truck drivers have embarked on a national strike. The labour action is a stand against the employment of foreign nationals, sometimes at cheaper rates. We're joined now by Truckers Association of South Africa's President, Mary Phadi. Thank you for being with us, Ms. Phadi. What is the situation right now? Do you understand how many truckers are actually supporting the strike?
Yeah, we are receiving national updates, and there are some areas where trucks are parked next to the road, and some of them, they are just along the highway, and there's enough police visibility, and they are monitoring the areas, and N1 in particular, trucks, there's quite a number of trucks that are parked on the road. But everything is monitored correctly.
Yeah. We heard from the authorities earlier that traffic is not being disrupted. Is that what you understand as well?
Definitely. As per the updates, we don't have any place where the trucks have blocked the area. There was only one incident in MLO, and it was really monitored, and those trucks were removed from the road.
All right. You wanted truck drivers not to strike, you said earlier. Why did you think that the strike was a bad idea, and why did you fail to convince the truckers that are now taking part?
Look, the reality of the matter is that we are dealing with the task team, and that's number one grievance on their top list. And we all confirm as stakeholders that the processes of the task team is very slow. And in their grievance, they've written that the task team has failed them. So, looking at the, feedback from the task team is that whatever that is happening, policies, processes, they are taking longer than anticipated. So hence we are encouraging the truck drivers not to strike, because there's one thing there that we feel that they haven't even engaged operators on the round table about it. One of the things is the drive cam. A drive cam, we looked at it as something that is protecting both the truck driver and the company itself, because when there's an accident, you can be able to refer back to the video. But on the other hand, they are saying that it's invading their privacy. So those are the things that we are saying, we should have sat down and talk about them before they put them on the grievance that is taking them to a strike, whereas there's nothing that we once engaged on it.
So the reporting suggests that the strike is mainly about a long-standing issue, which is the use of foreign labour. But you're saying the camera issue also on the agenda?
Yeah, definitely. We have seen that, and it comes from the fact that most companies have employed foreign truck drivers, and therefore they pay them by load. And even some of the South African drivers are receiving their pay by load, and that is creating unnecessary tension, because as the bargaining council, it's on the website that each and every heavy-duty truck driver must get a certain basic salary in South Africa before you then pay any benefits linked to that salary. But there are companies that they feel that they are still underpaying them for asking them to reach a certain load, to reach some tonnages for them to be able to pay them. That's a critical issue. Hence, on the 11-point plan, we put in a point as TASA that there must be an operating license that is done by the Department of Transport, so that you can be able to suspend and terminate any company that is not following the proper processes as per the Labour Act.
And it's huge, because if you're incentivized to get the load transported very quickly, you can speed, you can drive when you're fatigued, creates all of those wrong incentives. You mentioned the task team. So government formed this task team to address these issues that have been outstanding for a while. Has it achieved anything?
Thus far, there's really nothing that we can show, but the processes are there. And, despite the fact that they are engaging on the updates, but we still feel that we could do better than the way if you look at the time processes where we are now, we can do better than that. We still feel that the task team has definitely been so slow, and other reasons we can see that you can be able to bypass them because they are unfair to the truck drivers, and it must come as a fact. On the other hand, some of the things you can really see that if then this is not a scarce skill, why are we continuing to do something that is wrong, that as operators? And government, on the other hand, is protecting them from the Labour Act of saying that as long as you're an employee, you are protected. On the other hand, Department of Home Affairs is saying do an application. I still feel that the processes of the task team is slow, and unless if somebody stands up tomorrow and say this is very slow, can we do something about it? Yeah. There will be some fruits, and there are companies that can be punished, because if you go and inspect them and find foreign truck drivers, they must be penalized, those companies. So there are things that we can do and that can bear fruit immediately. I think we are used to the fact that we must wait for the strike, for people to strike first before we take action, and that's not the right thing that we do in South Africa.
Very quickly, what happens to these truck drivers? Is this obviously the companies they work for will be extremely inconvenienced if they just pull over on the side of the road. Are they protected? Are their jobs protected?
Look, anyone can go on a strike in South Africa, and one of the things is that you can go to the unpaid strike, where if you are absent, you are not getting paid for that specific day. On the other hand, is that you cannot target a person that is telling you facts, because on their points there are facts. What we are saying is that despite that fact, let's sit down and engage on the facts. So you cannot suspend people that are exercising their rights, whereas there are facts on those rights. So I still think that operators should not be harsh on them, because if we create that environment, we are going to go back to the point of seeing trucks being banned on the road, and that's not where we want to go.
All right, thank you. The President of the Truckers Association of South Africa, Mary Phadi.